Guys, in today's video, I'm going to break down the most practical semen retention advice I can possibly give. So, semen retention has been popularized for years, and you see guys getting on the internet, getting on YouTube, recording their 30-day trials, 60-day, 90-day trials. I've even seen a guy do like 1,400 days of semen retention, which is nuts. And I personally have done semen retention three separate occasions, twice for 30 days and once for 60 days, which I just did this past fall time. And I wanted to say this about semen retention. So, does semen retention work? Yes. Do you get more mental clarity on semen retention? Yes. Do you get more willpower and overall will to do your daily task? Yes. Do you have more sexual discipline? Is it easier to be more sexually disciplined? Do you stop looking at women as lustful? Do you stop having the urges of looking at thousands of booty pictures on Instagram? Yes. But I will say this about semen retention. This is only from my experience. Semen retention eventually becomes a cope. And what I mean by that is that you can only do it for so long where it gets to a point that it's not benefiting you. And for me personally, I think that the 30-day mark is great to really reset your nervous system and to get out of a lustful mindset, to increase your willpower and to increase your mental clarity. Now, when I did the 60-day semen retention this past fall time, I personally believe it was about the same as the 30 days I've done in the past. Did these inputs of mental clarity and my willpower and my sexual discipline, did they increase? Maybe a little bit, right? But the effects were extremely small. And I know some guys, they've said that if they're on semen retention for 90 days plus or whatever, you start to get these different types of effects in your brain. And maybe one day I'll do it, but me personally, like I've seen any YouTuber I've seen that they've done semen retention for 90 plus days or a year straight. I've watched a couple YouTubers who they've recorded their journeys, like their whole channel is about semen retention. Literally every video is semen retention, semen retention. And some of these guys, they've done 2 years, 3 years. I've even seen a guy, like I said, who's on almost year five, I guess, because he was at like day 1,400 something. And I just see like it depends what your goal is, but it gets to a point where you're holding your seed, you're holding your seed, you're holding your seed, and your life still looks the same. Like every time I've done semen retention, yes, it's helped me for whatever task I needed at the time, but it's not changed my life. And I think a lot of guys are getting on the semen retention thinking that it's like a pill, like this magical pill that's going to change their life. And this is just my personal opinion on it, but I think that there's a point where it doesn't really give you that much of a reward for continuing on once you get past 60, 90 days. Like for me, once I pass 30 days, honestly, I think 30 days is a benchmark that most guys need to hit. And it really resets 90, 95% of just that sluggishness, that laziness, that lustfulness that's deep inside you. Like I think most of that is really killed off after those 30 days. Now, some people who've done it super long, like I said, I've never done a 90-day retention, so maybe somebody can educate me in the comments below. But once you get past that 90 days, some guys have said that you have this spiritual transcendence, and once you get to even, years, it's like this whole different thing that again, I've never experienced this shit, so I'm not gonna speak on what I don't know. But every time I've seen a guy doing semen retention for years, they always got these like super big eyes, and they're always in like they're in like a forest or like desert somewhere, like speaking into the mic, And if that's your goal in life, that's cool. But me personally, and I think for most guys, that's not their goal, is to be on 3, 4 years of semen retention and speaking in some random forest with their eyes super big. Semen retention needs to have a purpose. There needs to be a purpose for semen retention. There needs to be a purpose for holding in your seed. And I think honestly, like I said, if you do it, if you bust every couple weeks, if you bust twice a month, that's 24 times a year. If you bust once a month, that's 12 times a year. If you bust 12 to 24 times a year, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine. And I think that it will help you in terms of whatever goals you're trying to make. But again, I think semen retention is just cope. And all these guys that make these videos, respectfully, I think they're coping in the sense of they're hoping that this thing is going to save them and take them out of this place, because I don't believe majority of guys do semen retention and hope that their life looks the same. They do semen retention because they're looking for some type of outcome in their life, and semen retention is simply a tool to help them get this outcome, but it will not fix everything. And that is my whole point of this video that I'm trying to make, is that in my past, the times I have done semen retention, yes, it has helped me refocus, rewire my brain, and it is a great thing to do. If you have never tried semen retention, I strongly encourage you to try it for 30 days. Just do the 30-day trial, and it's going to fix 90-95% of how your brain chemistry works, how it's rewired. But again, I got to that 60 days and I really felt like it was the same in terms of doing it the 30 days. Honestly, it was pretty much the same. And again, maybe if I do it for the 90 plus days, which I potentially will in the future, just to see how it is, maybe I'll think differently. But I just think I think going for way past that is just simply cope. Unless you want to be some monk or some shit like that and just not be sexually active, then like I said, go for it. But to me, I think it's not a viable reason. Like, it's not enough for guys to do that shit, where it's like it's not going to fix their life, it's not going to get them the actual outcomes that they want in their life, and simply it becomes cope eventually. But this is just my opinions on semen retention. You guys let me know, and in the comments, what your experience has been on semen retention. Again, if you haven't done semen retention, I highly encourage you to do it. And yeah, I think busting twice a month, even once a month, I think you'll be perfectly fine. And I think that's a good benchmark for guys to hold in a lot of their power and to get what they need done in their life. And I think busting a few times a year, 10 times, 20 times a year is not going to kill you, and you'll be just fine. But this is Johnny the Only. I'm sending blessings always. Peace.